You've arrived at Noble Growth.
We live in a hyper-competitive world. How can startups and small businesses hope to compete against massive companies with multi-million-dollar ad budgets? Answer: we don't. Instead of competing directly with the big players, we go niche. We target customers whose needs are so specific that they aren't even on the big company's radar. The secret is a concept known as long-tail marketing. Long-tail marketing means drilling down to a very specific type of customer and focusing on servicing that customer as effectively as possible with white glove treatment. So, for example, if you're starting a shoe company, it probably doesn't make sense to target everyone who's searching shoes in Google. If you did that, you'd waste a tremendous amount of money competing with every major shoe company on earth. Moreover, the people who do click on your ad would be unlikely to buy your product anyway because the search is so broad. They may be interested in learning about the history of shoes, for instance, and have no actual intent to buy your shoes. Now, contrast that strategy with going after people who specifically search waterproof barefoot running shoes. Sure, that has far few searches in Google from a volume perspective, but that's actually a good thing. It means you won't be wasting tons of ad dollars with a shotgun approach. Rather, you're more like a sniper, only going after customers who meet your specific target criteria. And now, the people who do click on your ad will be far more likely to convert and actually buy your shoes because we can tell by the specificity of their search that they probably know exactly what they want and therefore they have a very high intent to purchase. Okay, so how do we actually leverage long-tail marketing in practice? With Google AdWords, I would recommend starting by reverse engineering the product. That means look at the search terms that customers are already using to get to your website and try putting some ad dollars behind those specific search terms. Focus on the search terms that are as specific to your product as possible and that result in the highest conversion rate possible. I'd also recommend for Google AdWords have single keyword per ad group so that you're not adding a bunch of keywords for each ad group. You just have one keyword per ad group so you can really see how they're performing on an individual level. With Facebook ads, I would recommend searching for niche pages and interests that are closely related to your product and then launching an A/B test with 2 campaigns. One that has all of the niche interests that you think are relevant for your product and one that just has broad targeting. Then, if the niche campaign does better than the broad campaign, follow up that A/B test by testing each individual interest groups. That will allow you to see which interest groups are really driving conversions and which are hurting your conversion rate and adding extra expense. Now that you know which interest groups are really helping your success, you're ready to launch a campaign that's optimized to reach the right people at the right time for your product. You have successfully leveraged long-tail marketing. And if you do that, you're already doing better than 95% of marketers out there. If you guys have any questions or need help with finding your audience or with managing niche targeting campaigns on Facebook or Google, feel free to reach out to me, Mattimore at noblegrowth.co anytime. You can also tweet me at Mattimore Cronin or at noblegrowthco. I'd be happy to help. And thank you guys so much for listening. And until next episode, keep growing.
You are this universe, and you are creating it at every moment, because you see it starts now.
You've arrived at Noble Growth.
Tell the truth, but make the truth fascinating. You know, you can't bore people into buying your product. You can only interest them in buying it.
about values. This is a very complicated world. It's a very noisy world. And we're not going to get a chance to get people to remember much about us. No company is. And so we have to be really clear on what we want them to know about us.